Hello everyone, it's me Sarah. Welcome to week 3, part 3 of our Ebbing Tides Shawlette crochet along. Hello everyone and welcome to a part 3 of our Ebbing Tides Shawlette crochet along. So if you remember last week we finished up to row 16 and I'm trying to figure out what side is the front. There's right and wrong side for this pattern. So here's up to row 16. Today I am going to be showing you guys rows 17 through 24. So let me get my camera set up, all figured out, and let's go check out those rows. Okay everyone, so here we are. We are going to be starting row 17. So for row 17, we are doing our chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets into this first stitch. And now we're starting our repeats. So we are going to be doing a single crochet in the next stitch, wrap our hook twice, or we're going to do our treble crochet, single crochet, treble crochet, single crochet, treble crochet, and we are going to be following this pattern all along this side until we reach the center. I'll bring you guys back once I hit the center of this shawlette, but we are all familiar with this row where we're just alternating between single crochet and treble crochets. So these are going to give us almost small bauble-like textures on the right side of the shawl. So let's just continue with the sequence of single crochet and treble crochet in each stitch, and then yeah, I'll bring you guys back once I am at the center portion. And it's very similar to rows we've been doing. This is similar to a row we've done before. So I'll bring you guys back once I am to the center. Okay, here I am right at the center. I just finished a treble crochet, so I am going to do a single crochet. Remember, we started with our single crochet, so here's that single crochet in that last double crochet. So now here at the center, we're going to do a double crochet in that chain 2 space, chain 2, and another double crochet. And then since we ended on our single crochet before the center, we are going to start in this first double crochet with a single crochet. So now I'm going to go back to my treble crochet and then a single crochet, treble crochet, and I'm just going to continue that pattern all along this edge. Once I get to the end, that last stitch, I am going to be working 3 double crochets into that end before I start row, let's see where this is, row 17, before I start row 18. So I'll bring you guys back when I'm at the end of row 17 and start you guys up for row 18. Okay, so here we are at the end of row 17. I just finished a treble crochet. I am doing a single crochet and now our 3 double crochets into that last stitch. 1, let's see, 2, and 3. Alright, so I'm going to flip my work. So you can see here, there's that texture we got from row 17. We are going to do row 18, and as usual, 18 is an even row, so we are going to be working our double crochet row. So chain 3, 2 double crochets in that first stitch. Your chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. And now we are just going to double crochet in every stitch across till we reach the center, at what point we do a double crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 2, double crochet, and continue down the next side, doing a double crochet in every stitch until we reach the last stitch on the opposite end, where we will be doing 3 double crochets into that last stitch. So again, all of our even rows are very similar, so I'm just going to continue this doing the double crochet row in every single stitch, and I will bring you guys back for row 19. Again, this is row 18. So I'll bring you guys back for row 19. You can pause the video right here, finish your row 18, and then get ready for row 19. Okay, so we just finished up row 18. Now we are going to start row 19. So we're going to do 3 chains, 2 double crochets into that first stitch, 1, 2, and this is another one of our little eyelet rows, just like this one here. So we are going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and we're going to continue in this pattern all the way along this side. The chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. And because we started with a chain 1, we should be ending with a chain 1 right before our center chain 2 space. So I'll bring you guys back to show you that just as a little review. I have been showing it in my other videos previously for the Shawlette as well. But I'll bring you guys back once I reach that center chain 2 space to show you guys what it should look like, and then I'll bring you guys back once I am at the opposite edge. So continue in this pattern for row 19, the chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and I'll meet you guys at the center. So here I am right at the center. I just finished my double crochet. I am going to chain 1, so I skip this one right before our center chain 2 space. I am going to do a double crochet inside of that chain 2 space, chain 2, double crochet in the chain 2 space, and again we are going to start with our chain 1, skip that first stitch and do a double crochet into the next one, and we're going to follow this pattern down the next side of our shawlette. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and at the last stitch, which is the top of our chain 3 from the previous row, we are going to do 3 double crochets into that last stitch, and then I'll bring you guys back for row 20, which we all should be very familiar with by now. It's an even row. So I'll bring you guys back when I'm starting row 20. Okay, and here we are, we're back for row 20. Again, this is an even number row. 20 is going to be just like 18 that we just did. We're going to chain 3. We're going to double crochet twice into this first stitch. 1, 2. And then we are going to do a double crochet in every stitch until we hit our center chain 2 space. And remember, because we had a chain 1, that counts as a stitch as well. So we're going to do a double crochet in the chain 1 space, a double crochet in every double crochet, all the way down this row. So continue to do that for row 20. Once we reach the center, it is a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into that chain 2 space, and into the last stitch of this row we are going to be doing 3 double crochets. So go ahead and you guys can pause here. You can complete your row 20 and then start the video up again so we can work on row 21. Okay, so here we are. We just finished row 20. So we're going to get started on row 21. So let's chain 3, 1, 2, 3. we're going to do 2 double crochets into that first stitch. 1, 2, and now this one we are going to start off with a treble crochet in this next stitch and then do a single crochet. So this is how our row is going to progress: a treble crochet followed by a single crochet. Oops, sorry if I'm not holding my hands up high enough. Treble crochet, single crochet, you get the idea. We're going to be repeating this all the way down the side until we reach our center chain 2 space. The last stitch before that chain 2 space should be a treble crochet. And then inside of our chain 2 space, we are going to be doing a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and continuing back down with our treble crochet, single crochet, treble crochet, single crochet, until we reach the last space. So I'm going to continue working this pattern until I reach my chain 2 space. I'm going to do my center, and I'll bring you guys back for the center and bring you guys back for the very end of this row, and then we can get started on row 22 after that. Okay, so here we are, that last stitch right before our center for row 21. I'm doing my treble crochet into this last stitch right before our chain 2 space. I'm going to do a double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 2, and do another double crochet into that space. And then from here, I'm going to continue the pattern starting off with a treble crochet, and then we're going to go to our single crochet and repeat until we reach the opposite end. Treble crochet, single crochet, treble crochet, single crochet. So we're going to just keep repeating that all the way along this side until we reach this opposite end here. We're going to do a treble crochet in that second to last stitch and then 3 double crochets into the last stitch, and we'll turn and start row 22. So I'll bring you back when we are starting row 22. Okay, and here we are. We just finished row 21, so I did my last 3 double crochets into that last stitch. We are going to be starting row 22. So this is an even row, we know the drill. Chain 3, 2 double crochets into that first stitch, 1, 2, and now we're going to do a double crochet in every stitch along this row until we reach our chain 2 space for the center. We're going to do the center just like we always do, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the chain 2 space, and then continue down the other side with a double crochet in each stitch until we reach the last stitch, in which we do 3 double crochets. So this is our typical even row. I am going to work on this row and finish row 22. I will bring you guys back for row 23, and then row 24 is slightly different, but it is very similar to this row. We did one like it similarly before. So let me finish row 22. I will show you guys row 23, and yeah, I'll bring you back when I finish this row. Okay guys, so we just finished row 22. Let's get started on row 23. So for this row, we are going to be doing a chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to do 2 half double crochets into that first stitch. So 1, 2. So now row 23 is very similar to our even rows. We are going to be doing a half double crochet in every stitch along this side. So just like the previous row, It's just we're using half double crochets instead of using a double crochets. We're going to go all the way along this edge doing half double crochets, and just like row 2, or the even rows I should say, once we get to our chain 2 space, we are going to be doing a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet into that chain 2 space. So I will bring you guys back right before I'm at that center, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. We have done this row before, but I will show you guys what it looks like, and then we will move on to finishing up row 23 and then starting row 24. So I'll bring you guys back once I am at my center chain 2 space. So you can always pause it here until you get there and then see how I do the center, and we'll move forward from there. Okay, so here I am right about to come up to that center chain 2 space. I need to do 2 more half double crochets in these last 2 stitches. So now I'm at my chain 2 space. I am going to do a half double crochet, chain 2, and a half double crochet into that chain 2 space, and now I'm back to doing a half double crochet in each of the stitches down this side. So I'm just going to continue in my pattern doing half double crochets in each stitch, and then I'll bring you back for the end of this row and we will go over row 24, and that will be the last row for this week. Okay, so here we are at the end of row 23. So I'm going to do another half double crochet into this stitch before the last stitch, and then in this last stitch here, which was the top of our chain 3 from the previous row, I am going to be working 3 half double crochets. So here's my third half double crochet, and that is the end of row 23. So now row 24, this is very similar to our row number 2, just when we're doing this row we are, and you'll notice that whenever I do my row of half double crochets, the following even row usually works into the back loops only. So just like row 2, we're going to chain 3, we're going to work 2 double crochets, but we're going to work into the back loops only when doing this row. The only time that you don't work into the back loops on this row is when you are at your center chain 2 space, at which point we will be doing a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet right into that chain 2 space. But along this whole side for row 24, we are going to be doing our double crochets into the back loops only. So starting off with row 24, again, it's just double crochets all the way down, but we are working into the back loops only. And so this will give your right side that nice texture. So this is the last row for this week. Next week we will be finishing up this shawlette. There are only, I believe, 7 more rows to go and it will be completed with the edging. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'll just continue to show you we are working into the back loops only, and once we get to the center, I need to move this, it's getting a bit larger. So once we hit the center point right here, our chain 2 space, we're going to be working a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet right into that chain 2 space, and then back into the back loops only for this row till we get to this very last part right here at the end, where we will be working 3 double crochets into that top of the chain 2 from the previous row. That will be in the back loop only as well. And what happens when you do this, if we look in previous parts of this shawlette, is it gives it this little texture right here where it looks almost like a braid. And I really love how this shows up. I love how this interplays with these almost mini baubles we create from the treble crochets and chain ones. So that's what we are doing here. We're going to be making that pattern on this row. So that is how you finish up row 24. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I'm so excited to finish up this shawlette with you next week. I will try to pre-record. Hopefully I can record part 4 this week, so it will be ready to upload in the morning next week, Tuesday. But yes, there it is. I'm going to try to, can I zoom out a little? And my shawlette is all. So again, I haven't quite finished row 24, but I will finish it. It'll have that nice little pattern going there, and that's how we do row 24. And now also, if you wanted to make this a full-sized shawl and not a shawlette, I would recommend doing this portion here another 2, maybe 3 times. And that will make your shawlette into a shawl. It would give it a lot more space and room. But as you can see, as we repeat these rows, it's giving us these nice bands with different texture points. So you can even pick which bands you like and repeat those portions. It's completely up to you. I like the shawlette size, so I'm just going to be doing my shawlette size. But you can always repeat portions of this shawlette so that you can create a full-sized shawl for your project. So thank you so much for joining me. We went all the way through row 24 this week. There are 33 rows in this shawlette, so we're almost done. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.